Good morning. Later than ever. Oh, right. I wonder how long Instagram's going to stay on the screen. Right, it's a quick one this morning. Oh, I'm live on YouTube. Hello. Live on Instagram and live on Get Over Yourself. So wherever you're joining me, a big fat hello. Not many of you might come on today because I'm a lot later than normal. Not that it's a specific time, but I know you get into your day, don't you? Hello, Instagram. Got people coming on. Draw Ellen Passos is gold. It's hard for me to see. Sharon Harper, I think you might have got a silver there. A bronze on Instagram. Who have we got on Facebook? BB, gold. Jane Gamp, silver. And Sarah Hayton, hello, from still in Singapore, from silver. Sarah with a bronze, sorry. Hi, Haley. Hi, Nita. Hi, Sue. Hi, Kate and Karen and Emma. Right, I'm going to crack on. So please share it if you want. I'm going to do a little reading. It's only very short. To highlight. Usually I like to do these round about 9:30. It's not dead on, it's not a commitment. If you get a notification, Sally Wilkinson's gone live, you can go do one. I don't feel like you today. It doesn't matter. Or you might think, oh, I can't wait. I'm going to get on that and get some inspiration. Or think, do you know what? I must delete her. She's getting on the wick. Any of those. So, but I was going to go live and then I got a call from Ben, and he doesn't phone that often. He's my 27-year-old, lives in London, along with Joe now lives in London, and Nancy's going to live in London on Tuesday. These three are in one place. And I've been chatting to him for about an hour, and he's had a traumatic experience yesterday. And it's been lovely chatting to him. And it's one of the huge benefits of working for yourself is that if that had been a normal job, I wouldn't have been able to take the call. So there's a lot of downsides to working for yourself. You miss the banter. You miss the lols. I have laughs with you, obviously. But I mean, when I shut this down, no matter how much of a laugh I've had with you, when I shut it down, it's just silence. It's not like, when I used to work in an office, or when I used to work in sales, or when I used to work in retail, there's constant banter, isn't there? Oh, did you see that programme last night? Yeah, oh, bloody hell, wasn't it good? Oh, it was brilliant, yeah. Oh, no, it was shit. And I thought, oh, he was dead fit, wasn't he? Yeah. Talking like that. Don't do any of that. Don't chat like that with Simon. You see that dead fit bloke on telly? Watch and learn. Instagram, you're going to fall off. I can see it's starting to do that. Let me just give you, I can't wait till my new sticky phone case comes. I could just have you on a stand, but that would be too professional. So anyway, yes, so one of the upsides of working for yourself is that you can just manage your own time a lot. And one of the downsides, it can be very isolating. And then obviously you're responsible. You can't just take 6 weeks off and think, it's just constant. And also you tend to blur the lines. When I used to work at BT in the call centre, I went through 2 maternity packages at BT. Thank you very much. 10 years I worked there. And it was worth so much that at the end of the day, you switched your computer off and went home and lived your life at home. And if you had a holiday, you didn't even think about work. Whereas that doesn't happen now. You just think about work all the time, but that's up to me to manage. So just a very quick thing. I was going to talk about not having time to do fitness, but I need to be, that needs to be, I might do that on Monday or Tuesday. This is just a little ad hoc one. Narrow your focus. That's what I want to talk about. Hi, Diane on Instagram. I know yours because I always know your picture. So let's have a look. When do we use a manager? Oh, I used by manager H. Samuel as well. Had such a laugh. Oh, Wendy Wheeler. That was my favourite ever job. That was when I was a retail manager for H. Samuel the Jewellers. I was one of the youngest managers I've ever had. I went there at age 18 as Christmas staff. And by 21, I remember the manager above me got suspended when I was a trainee manager. And so they made me, and then the assistant manager had left. So the trainee manager, they made me manager at 21. And I did it for 5 years in the Kendal branch. Wendy, I just loved it. J12118, little £3.95 gold chain. Don't mind us, people. I'm going to have a bit of a blast from the past with Wendy Wheeler. Do you remember J12118 with the green key? It depends how old you are. I'm talking 19. Well, I left in 94 when I got pregnant with Ben. Well, when I had Ben. So for about 1989 to 93, 94, I was a manager. That Jenny Ellis used to work at Christmas Temp. B12610, 60 pence cost price on a battery, and we used to charge you £5. Can you believe it? 60p cost price. Letting out the secrets now. I still know all the codes. Oh, I remember having a premenstrual fit. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm going to have to put you there. I hate having you down there, though. It just doesn't look right. Hang on. You're balanced on a book, so there, you're a bit higher. There. I remember having I've always had issues with my hormones. I think that's why I'm struggling so much with menopause, because I had bad PMT as a teenager. And I remember once, when you used to go into H. Samuel's before they renovated all the shops, you'd go in the arcade bit before you went in, and the windows would come out and all the rings would be there, and there were red curtains behind, and somebody would come in, can I have a look at that gold cross in the window? Yeah, can you tell me what train number it's on, please? So they'd get the train number, or you'd go out with them, and then you come back and get them and show them this, open the red curtains, get the pad out, and then take it out onto the shop floor and show them this cross. People just buy it off Amazon now, don't they? It's such a shame. And I used to genuinely love it. I've always loved customer service. I've always loved it. And to me, this is customer service. I just love showing up. And I've been a waitress for years. I used to be H. Samuel manager and then go and do a waiting on job 3 nights a week at the same time. For years I did that because I've always been a grafter. And I've always been in customer service, always, ever since I left school. And I just genuinely love it. I love knowing that how you serve people, whether it's on a checkout, serving them garlic bread, or selling them a £2,000 diamond ring, or doing a virtual retreat or running a retreat, the way you deliver it can make a difference to somebody. And I think that's a really privileged position to be in. And so I love it. I remember I always used to tell the staff, be nice when you serve them, obviously, but when somebody comes back for a refund, be even nicer. Let's surprise them. And we did. I used to love it. Look at me reminiscing. Yeah, the John Walker code for repairs. Do you remember? John Walker, I'd forgotten all about it, Wendy. Yeah, it was code for repairs. I forgot why we used to do that. Yeah, it's pretty odd. Shirley Williams isn't playing anymore. She's not got a medal. Keep going. Office hard paper, toilet rolls, learn 90% never leaves me. It does, doesn't it? All these things about working, it shows your history and your life. But what was that form, a PMT? And I used to get such bad PMT. And I remember once, it was when I was a trainee manager at the Lancaster branch. And I'd been kept on after Christmas, and then I stayed free, and then they made me a trainee manager. And I remember just feeling really hormonal. It was just awful. And I used to get this anger from nowhere. And I remember nobody was on the shop floor, and I was going, fuck, and I don't know what was going on in there. I remember opening the doors to the back, to the gold window, not the watch window, the gold window. I remember walking down and ripping all the curtains down, ripping them all down. Fancy doing that. And the manager was wonderful. He was so good. I learned so much off him. He was just brilliant. And because I was really worked hard, but I was just having a fit. And another time this is probably boring you shitless. I'm sorry. What is this got? But it's just life, isn't it? Another time when we used to put the pads out in the morning, all the diamond ring pads, you used to have to brush them with a pad brush. And then, you'd be having a laugh what was on telly the night before. And this is the sort of stuff I miss working for myself, because you don't ever experience it. It's just me and Sam going, have you done that email yet? Have you got back to them? Oh, we need to sort that out. That's all it ever is. So I miss that banter. And I remember again having another premenstrual fit. Oh, it was awful. I remember getting the scissors and cutting all the bristles off the pad brush. So these lovely pad brushes with soft bristles that long now look like nail files that you use on your foot files instead. I think he said, Sally, if you do it again, we are going to have to start having discussions. But I was just a mess sometimes, I tell you. But just madness. It really was. PMT H. Samuels. But yes, that was H. Samuels, customer service. Thanks, Emma, for sharing. So, but do you often take on too much, whether you've got a job, a traditional job, whether you've got the job of running your home and you've got young children, whether you're doing a degree, an open university degree, whatever it is, whether you do charity work, whatever you do, just a little reading for you. Now I've finally got round to it. Right, instead of working on 100 things at once and never completing anything, choose just 3 tasks to focus on each day. Don't do anything else until these tasks are complete. And if you make these tasks your sole focus, not only will you reduce the amount of pressure a giant to-do list places upon you, you will actually get much more done. I've tried that. I have a focus on 2, maybe a couple of things. But do you know what? It's all well and good writing it in a book, Dominique. That's her name. Love Your Life by Dominique. I love these little books. It's all well and good that, but take it with a bit of a pinch of salt, because one of your big tasks, it could be a big task that takes much longer than a day. So I like to write 3 little things out that I know are doable in a day. So I do tend to do that. And it could be like now on a Friday, now I've got loads of emails to respond to because I send out my Friday email. And I say I don't respond to them all, but I really do try to. I'll be honest, I've just done an hour now. I've been chatting to Ben, and then he chatted to Simon. He was on for about 2 hours. Then he chatted to Simon for an hour because I thought I can't go live because he's got my phone. I've just been an hour responding to emails, and I love it. It's customer service. If I do a good job, customer service, hopefully it makes you feel better, and I feel all warm and fuzzy. It's that simple. Tell you, people complicate things. Hello, Linda. So on the other page, because there's always a little quote with a similar sort of vein, nothing can add more power to your life than concentrating all your energies on a limited set of targets, said Nido Quibbin. Nothing can add more power to your life than concentrating all your energies on a limited set of targets. Now, let me give you that some context. You know, you have a day where you've got loads to do, but you just don't seem to get anything done. You faff about, you fanny about, you're scrolling. Oh, I need to get on. Don't they feel shit? They render you useless days like that. And they're the days that you tend to eat Cocoa Pops while your tea's cooking and toast with thick slabs of butter because you're just pissed off. And then other days, you just have those days where you think, oh my God, I got that done, and I've done that, and I've even sat and read and just phoned my friend for an hour. It doesn't have to be all work. It doesn't have to be. It can be anything. And we've got the power to control that a lot of the time. And it's all to do with focus. Just pick 2 or 3 things and focus on it. The Pixel Chef, she loves getting my replies. Sometimes they're short, sometimes they're longer, thank you. But I spoke to, so I'm digressing myself. I had a business session with Ruth this morning. And I said, it's Friday, so I get lots of emails on a Friday. And she says, Sally, you do realise, don't you, how unusual it is for people to respond to emails? I said, not really, because I don't. I've only got my experience. She goes, it really is business emails, because that's what it is at the end of the day. It's a business email, but it's not for me. I don't write it as a business email. I write it how I do these, like you see other people's Facebook lives and they have to bother about looking right. I mean, I've not even had a wash this morning because I was going to go out for a run straight after Ruth, but then Ben rang. And so it's completely thrown me. So I can feel my skin's a bit dry. I've not had a wash. I've done my teeth. I never brush my hair. So there's no point in me saying I don't brush my hair. I never brush my hair. The only time I brush my hair is when I blow dry it. Because let me tell you, I feel I need to show you now. Are you willing to wait there just for 1 minute while I run upstairs and get my brush? See, this wouldn't happen on other people's Facebook lives. They'd get the right camera angle, the right lighting. It's a bit like my emails. It's like this. I want to give you an example. Instagram's going to go, 11:11. It's 11:11. Just thinking of my dad and all the angels, 11:11. So how many of you on? 81. And there's 15 on Instagram. Let's see if he's still here when I get back. I'm just going to get my brush because I feel I need to prove to you why I don't brush my hair. There's 80 gone. Somebody's already thought, sod that. Can you hear me? Don't go anywhere. Are you still there? I'll sound like that man in the box. Can you hear me? I'm coming. So that's got a few extra steps in. Right. So pretend you're watching. We've got one extra on. We've got 82. They'll have come on and thought, what's this? Some dodgy wallpaper. So, right. So imagine you've signed up to YouTube channel and it's like Molly May or something, but should I say Molly May's mother? A YouTube influencer, beauty influencer, and they show you how to do stuff with your hair. That's why I've never gone into that field, because I'm about to explain. So this is me with my hair unbrushed. Spot the difference. Fuck all. Sorry. So that's why I don't brush my hair. It just snaps off anyway. It's just, I've even got a Dyson brush. Got it with my hairdryer. There's something really nice about pulling hair out of a brush. I always put it out the windows. I wait till I don't usually do it. I wait till there's a big clump and I put it out the window. And I always think, when I put it out the window, I get a little whoosh, especially when if Nancy's been using it, she's got really long hair and it's like a real matted bit. I put it out the window, out of my bedroom, and I think some crow is going to pick that up and think they've bloody struck gold, because that'll just make a lovely nest lining. That's what I think to myself every time I put my hair out the window. Yes, some lucky bird's going to pick that up and think they've just been to Benson's Beds. Oh, Sally, honestly, what am I talking about? Lulu says her hair's the same. Yeah, welcome to Sally's Beauty channel. Look at it. And I washed it last night after drumming. I washed it, and fair enough, I got straight into bed, but I washed it. And you know it's dry and fuzzy at the end. Well, I had about that much cut off. Do you remember? Because look how short it is. And I said the hairdressers, doesn't matter how short you cut it, within a week or two, it'll be short shit hair. Never mind long shit hair, even if I have it done here. But all that now, while we're going on hair, can you see that like that there, where it changes colour a bit? That's my highlights. All that to there, I've not had it highlighted or coloured since last August. So 13 months is that. So that's all my natural colour. And it's a lot paler than it used to be, although it looks like there my roots coming. I don't get it. It's probably because it's not had as much sun on. I don't get it. Morning, Sam. Nice to see you having a new bed delivered any minute, so we'll catch up again later. I love the way you respond to emails. Making a nice change than being ignored. Hair looks lovely anyway, brushed or not. Lovely. I need a new bed delivered, maybe. Benson's Beds, I know. So I want you to focus. What can you focus on today or this weekend? We spend more time worrying about to-do lists, and I'm just about to start reading what I think is going to be a brilliant book. So I will share it with you, but I want to read a bit more into it yet. That might blow the fact that we all have to have to-do lists. In the introduction, I'm not telling you what the book is yet, because I might think it's shit, so I won't want to recommend it. But in the introduction, it just says, you've just got to face facts. You're never going to get everything done. And I just thought, gosh, doesn't that feel a relief? Admitting to yourself that you're never going to get everything done. You're always going to have a to-do list. So just chill out, quite frankly, is what he's saying. So I'm looking forward to reading that. I am. So have you thought of performing at the Edinburgh Fringe? No, although I do have quite a few people telling me that I should either have my own show, be on the telly, or be on stage on the comedy circuit. And can you imagine? I'd shit myself. Sharon has a list of all the lists. Well, this book might do for you. I do like a list. I do. There's something nice about ticking it off. And who does this? You know, when you've got a list and you're doing it, it's when you want a house cleaning day or a work list and you go and do something that wasn't on the list. Who then writes it on the list just to tick it off? You know, who does that? But that's a woman thing. I do think a lot of it is a bit of a woman thing. So I love doing these lives. I do. And I know some people, I know I get more risk of getting trolled, and I do occasionally. One woman comes on once. What an absolute gobshite. Well, do you know what? If there's 80 of you willing to wait for me while I could run upstairs and get my hairbrush and then show you how to improve your hair, then I'll crack on doing it, quite frankly. So Jeanette does that. Yes, look at Jane Wiggins. They all do it. They all write something on. It's because we need to validate our time, isn't it? But look, I've got lots of these books I can be going at. So, right. So if you've got my email this morning, thank you very much. You'll know I've made a decision. And I'll probably share that with you lot next week. Remind me. But I'll probably just come on. I'll be live with Edwina tomorrow. I'm walking with Edwina. Sunday, I'll probably have a day off if you don't mind. But if you want me to start doing these, I'm happy to come on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, unless I just really can't be asked. If I really can't be asked, to be fair, I'll probably still come on live and tell you why I can't be asked, because there'll be something going on. Oh, yes, we're taking Nancy to live in London on Tuesday. That's quite a big deal, but I can do it live in the car when we're on the M6 toll. How's that? Oh, Irene, do you know what? I love that she's making a bed and she's roaring with laughter. That's given me a whoosh, Irene, that you've laughed, because there's no better medicine, is there, than laughing? No better medicine than just having a laugh. It doesn't have to be all I've spent so long in the business world, and I've learned a lot, but I've learned so much. It's like when I used to work at H. Samuels, I learned more from bad managers who were shit, who didn't know how to talk to the staff, who didn't really care about the customers. They just cared about the figures and budgets. And it did my head in. I'm the opposite. They'd say, what's your budget? I said, I don't give a shit. I mean, what's your forecast? I said, don't have a forecast for figures. I can't drag people in off the street. All I can do is get the girls and me to make the shop looking as brilliant as possible, clean as possible. When customers come in, we give them our full attention without hassling them. And so the figures will be what they'll be. And that's my ethos. And it is, I've carried that on through this business, through weight loss, through anything. If you're eating well most of the time, doing all that, you'll lose weight. If you're, bothering to answer people's emails. I knew people in the business world. I'm not kidding you. I've been on business retreats, and the stuff that I heard, and they've earned multi-millions, some of these people, and they charge a fortune for the programs. Like the Motivated Menopause, 27 quid. They'd have put 2 noughts onto that, or a nought at least. And to hear that they pay people, some of them pay people to pretend to be them in the membership, because they can't be arsed with it. That's just peanuts, that money, they used to say. I was horrified, I ask you. I thought, oh my God, and now I will never be like that. When you get an email reply from me, it's from me. Or if it's from Simon, I'll say it's from Simon, or it might be from Vicky, our lovely VA who's in the tribe, but you'll never get somebody pretending to be me. I mean, who could even do that? So entertaining. My neighbour also empties a hairbrush out of the bedroom window. It fills my bed. I've got to share this comment. That has just had me laughing. It fills my bay tree. I hadn't thought it might just fall onto the neighbour's washing, because out of my bedroom window, the bins are below us, and it just sort of goes off into the, I don't know. That's made me laugh, I tell you. Julia Gower says she's sorry. Yeah, I'm not doing that, but there will be something, so don't worry. I'll be doing more of this and more. It's just the massive amount of promotion that takes, and I just want to do stuff like this, trying to get. Oh no, I tell you, Penny, that can be a thing. Can't be arsed, a term used by a lot of folk that can't be arsed like me. Well, it's always a choice, either be arsed or don't. Some days enjoy not being arsed. It's wonderful. Oh, bless you, Samantha, after breast cancer surgery. Love what you say. Well, do you know what? You take it easy, Samantha, and use this time to really focus on yourself. So the top 3 things on your list is rest, focus, self-care. Do try and do lots of positive reading. Can I give you a tip, please? I'll just say this now for people who are listening. Don't ask me again because I'm saying it in the video. How's that for customer service? I love customer service, but I'm not spoon feeding you. He's still on Instagram, lovely. Is one of my lovely tribe members, and I can't remember who it was, recommended this. They put it in the tribe and I signed up to it. It's free, completely free, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's The Universe Talks, and it's called tut.com, TUT.com. So Samantha, I want you to do this because I know you're going to go through lots of different emotions. And if you're the sort who likes to exercise and do all that, that can leave you feeling like you're feeling a bit useless. I mean, you might not exercise, you might hate it, but TUT.com, go on to it, and it's called Thoughts from the Universe. It's run by a bloke by Mike Dooley, and I love his stuff. And over 1 million people subscribe to this email, and it's every day, and it's just really short. It's really short, and it's as if it's the universe. If you believe in all that, you get what you focus on, and and can you ask the universe for stuff? And I love all that stuff. I got into that about 5-6 years ago, and we're going through the bankruptcy, and I was suicidal, and it was just a horrible time. And so I really got into that sort of thinking, and it's made such a life-changing difference to me, and getting into gratitude. And so you just get an email every day, and they're only short, literally sometimes 2 words, sometimes a couple of paragraphs, but they're never big long ones like mine on Friday. So that's a top tip to all of you. Sign up to tut.com, TUT.com. Just go on, and at the bottom you can sign up. You can not just subscribe at any time. I'm not affiliated with it. It doesn't even know me. It doesn't even know who I am. Why would he? So, but that's just a little self-care tip for you. Who fancies doing it? I'm having hot flush. Do you know what? They come in waves, don't they? But I'd rather have hot flushes than heavy periods. Jane Gampers. Oh, Jane, I tell you, the birds will be lucky around Jane Gamp's neck of the woods. If you're interested, click on a profile picture. I've got serious hair envy of Jane Gamp. I tell you, I'm not being funny. She's not 24 either. She just looks incredible. I remember meeting her on a retreat about a year and a half ago, and she walked in. I remember thinking, and she had sunglasses on inside, or had he taken them off? And then he took them off, and I just remember looking at her hair, and it's like bloody Farrah Fawcett, but without all that business. And it's how I would love my hair to be, if I'm honest. I know you should be happy with what you've got, but come on, let us have some leeway, for fuck's sake. I mean, it's a lot better condition than it was, to be honest. That's why I'm growing the highlights out to see if it makes any difference. But Jane's hair is incredible, and she says she's just threw a hairbrush ball out of the window and watched it blow away. I'm surprised it could float, Jane. You'd have some lucky bird, won't even have to bother making a nest round Jane's house. They'll just pick up that bird. I reckon they could sublet it. They could sublet Jane's hairball out of the house to the 3 crows at least. They could. Walking out, I'm going to go for a run after this as well. All right, have you got your phone? Love you. Bye. So yes. So next time you clean your hairbrush or your comb, I want you to put little things like this in your life, because we all go, and this is what all these videos are going to be about. It's all the same message, just delivered differently, depending what I'm talking about and what mood I'm in. But they've all got the same sort of point at the end. We all go through life 100 miles an hour, worrying about what's going to happen in the future, worrying about what Fat Janice said to us last week at work, worrying whether should we go back to Weight Watchers, worrying about Christmas already, and that, we've got all that to come. The nights are drawing in. I can't believe they've got Christmas cards in the shops already. Oh, Simon, have you seen? Oh, bloody hell, they've already started the quality streets. And aren't they shit now, the quality streets, Simon, compared to what they used to be? They used to be a proper tin, and now they're like a little flat pack. And there's nowhere near as many hazelnut twirls. They're all just those shit ones. And bloody Chris, what are we doing for Christmas? Shall we eat out or are we eating in? Oh, and who's having mum? Oh, I've got all that to do and I've got all work to do. That's all we do with our lives, just worrying and stressing. And so I want you to put tiny moments in your life of gratitude, of noticing. So next time, I want you to promise you, Instagram, YouTube and Facebook people on here, next time you find yourself doing that, look, I've still got some in there, out of your hairbrush. Next time you find yourself doing it, use it as a little note to just go, this is my life. Right now, as I'm doing this, I don't care what's going on. Bedlam could be on downstairs with your young children or your grandchildren or whatever. But right now, you're in that moment pulling your hair and somebody else's off your hairbrush. So just use it as a moment just to have a breathe and be thankful that you're even here to witness it, that you're even here to be able to do it. And then give your little gift. So I've not got much. I've got a bit, not a lot. But do you know what? Some little chaffinch who's making a nest, I don't know what time of year they do that, is going to be delighted with that. They'll pick it up and it's like they've been to IKEA for a wardrobe. And see, two birds with one stone. Yeah, Sue Hindley does it with her daughter's hairbrush. She always imagining brushing hair when she was little. Helen, be thankful. Helen, what a great point, Helen. I know you won't mind me saying because you're very open on your Instagram. Helen's a lovely friend of mine who I met in the business world, and she was recently diagnosed, sadly, with breast cancer. She had all her beautiful long hair cut really short because it was coming out, and then a couple of weeks ago she shaved it. And she's going through chemotherapy at the moment, and Helen is an absolute warrior of a woman. And I tell you, she runs small businesses. She coaches other people how to run small businesses. And we've got a very similar ethos, and that's why we get along. And she's just said, and be thankful that you even use a hairbrush. So big love to you, Helen. I tell you, you're an absolute diamond. I tell you, she is rocking the bald look. She looks incredible. When she shaved it off, she put it on Instagram and she did a side profile and she just looks stunning. And I did think, friggin' hell, she had such an amazing jawline. I mean, I do have a jawline, but it's somewhere under that thing. I call it my Hessian shopper. But, you know, you look amazing, Helen. So what a great way to end. Best wishes to Helen, says Sharon Harper. She's amazing. She's got long hair. Some little chaffinch will think she's been to IKEA. Did I really say that? So thanks. How long's this video? 33 minutes. It was going to be a quick one. I don't think I'm capable. It's because you lot inspire me. Kim, good morning, Curly Kim. We are car driving up north. Where are you going, Kim? Where are you going? Coming up north. Curly Kim, I tell you, she'd make some chaff and she's dream. She's got lovely curly hair. Oh, instead of having like a thin sort of mattress, you know, you get hair out of Kim's hairbrush, and some chaffing should think they'd got bloody snuggled down with a big memory foam mattress topper. Mice might use it. Yeah, they could. Anything. She's off to Congleton. That's near Skipton Way, isn't it? There's a lovely spa in Congleton. I know I can't do a quick one. Thank you, Kay. That's kind of you to say. Yeah, they're supposed to be quick, but if they're not, they're not. So I'll see you next week. I'll be back on Monday. I don't know what I'll be talking about. I do want to remind you about the biggest excuse people use. But I've got loads I can be talking about. And if there's anything you want me to talk about, please do say on here and I'll start making a list. And I've got a poll to ask you next week about something I'm thinking of doing in January. She says that she has another hot flush. So I'll ask you that next week. Right. Oh, you're going to a 70th. Lovely. Mad Auntie Helen's 70th birthday. Congleton. There is a Congleton, though, in Skipton, isn't there? Congleton's in Cheshire on the way to Stoke. I don't know. I'm sure there's a Congleton in near Skipton because we went to a nice spa there. Right, I'm going out for a run. I'm really late doing it, but I'm not bothered. I've had an hour's chat with Ben. Oh, that was it. Before he went, he had a really bad experience. He works very close to his flat, his basement flat that he lives in with his girlfriend. They've only been there for about 4 months. And he works very close to it within like running distance. And Chrissy, his girlfriend, thought somebody was breaking in. She could hear somebody and come over the fence into the backyard. She saw them jump over and breaking in. And so she phoned Ben really quiet. And so Ben just dropped everything at work and sprinted home. And fair enough, there was a man, but he'd gone into next doors and he was breaking in at the door, trying to break. And Ben said, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?" You know, and this man just looked terrified. And he said, she's in there. And she's on the floor. And Ben had looked through and he says, "If they only ever thought you'd do it in films." It's really sad. He kicked the door in and came in with this man, and he was in his 70s, and his wife had died, bless her. She must have collapsed, and they called the paramedics. She'd been dead for about 2 hours. And so Ben's been telling me all about that this morning. I just got a big, you just want to go down and give him a hug. And that poor man, sorry, I'm ending this on a really bum note, aren't I? But, it's really made Ben think, really made him think. And, and he said the man was in such a state. But I thought how lovely for the man that Ben was there, to help him, to take him in. And, yeah, so I think he's a bit shaken up. But I tell you, this is what I mean about the universe and signing up to that email. Really strange this morning. I came off my session with Ruth, and just as Simon came in, and as I was on my session with Ruth, a man came to the front door, because I can see the front door from the window, and he posted something through the letterbox. And Sam went out to see him, and he lives in a village about 4 miles away from here with a similar street name. And a letter had come addressed to Ben with a note in with his driving licence, his provisional, his ID. He'd lost it, and somebody's found it in London litter picking. And they've put it in an envelope and put it, but the postman sent it to the wrong address. So then the other man has driven it to here. And so I was literally about to, I picked my phone up, and Ben, we don't speak that often because he doesn't speak a lot with text and stuff. And I picked my phone up to phone Ben to tell him, and the phone went, and it was Ben. I mean, how that freaks me out when stuff like that happens. It really does. We had a lovely hour-long chat, and I was telling him, and it just shows I needed to speak to him today. So exactly, Joan, be grateful for the time we have and who we have. And every time you do your hair, or why not every time you brush your hair? Why leave it to the rarity that you do this? So going forward, every time you brush your hair or you straighten it, instead of thinking about, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, and stress, this is my life. This is my life. I'm alive, and this is my day today. And to just think on things like that and who you've got in your life and who you're grateful to have in your life, because we're all truly gifted, even if we don't think we are. All right then, so have a lovely weekend. I'll see you tomorrow live with Edwina, and then I'll see you on Monday. And thanks for showing up for these. Don't feel you have to. Come and say hello for 10 minutes and then go and get on with your life, or do some walking while you're doing it, or cleaning. Then 2 birds with 1 stone, or just sit with a cup of tea. Entirely up to you. Lots of love, and have a great weekend. Ta-ta. Right, Instagram, I popped you on a book, it's worked. And please share it if you can. I've ended it. I don't know if I've ended it. Look, this is my concentration face. you're getting the right wrinkly forehead. Have you had Botox? Do I look like I have? Have a great weekend. Wendy, and thanks for the trip down memory lane at H. Samuel.